Hello there, my name is Makors and welcome to BBS Mods 1.1 changelog video. This was an update with a lot of changes, but it's essentially a hot patch for the bugs that were present on launch. However, there are also some cool features present in this update. Let's see them. The main highlight of this update is Onion Skin, which allows you to preview the future and the past frames depending on where the cursor is. So let's say we enable it. And now we can see the actor is acting and see its future frames, just like that. In the Onion Skin context menu, you can enable how many frames you want to see in the past and how many frames you want to see in the future. You can also change the opacity, for example, if you want it to be less visible. So like this. And the opacity also multiplies so that you can see it less and less, so it kind of fades out. Additionally, you can enable Onion Skin for all of the actors. So let's say, then you can see that this actor, which is a couch, also has its own keyframes. However, as you can see, there could be some problem with the transparency. There's not much I can do about it. So yeah, beside that, there is also a way to preview the Onion Skin keyframes only on. There is also a way to preview keyframes for the Onion Skin from another group. For example, let's say we have this transform, and I can change it to transform, and then I will be able to see exactly where it's over here using a different track instead of the default polygon. So yeah, that's the Onion Skin. Back in the days, there was a crazy technique to use the camera path you created and turn it into a replay. So this feature is coming back in BBS mod. So basically, let's say you have like some camera path, and it takes the entire camera path in the timeline and turns it into a replay. So right click on the list of replays and just click from camera, and then it would turn this camera path into the replay. You can't see it here, but as you can see, there's legs of this character. So if you move away the camera frame, you would be able to see that this character is actually animated just like the camera. Third feature of this update allows you to take the camera and turn it into a free roam mode. So basically, let's say we have a camera here and it's always static. If I move out the flight mode, it's gonna reset back to what's here in the camera. So by changing it to free or toggle orbit mode and free, you can move it around whatever you want, for example here, and it would just stay there. This way you can move the camera, and for example this is gonna be much more easier if you want to animate, because whenever you are in the camera frame like this, in the orbit mode that is the camera, then you will have a like hard time to animate other parts of the body. For example, like here, how would you like reach the legs from the camera frame? That's not possible. So this is what it's useful for. You can animate it much easier. Last but not least, there are a couple of useful features regarding keyframe selection in the keyframe editor. So let's say we have keyframes here. In blockbuster mode, for example, and in BBS mode, you can select a column of keyframes by holding Alt. But if you press Alt again, it's gonna duplicate. However, in this update, you can now select multiple columns of keyframes. So for example, if I hold Shift and Alt, I can select multiple columns. So this way I can just quickly select these two columns and then do something with them. Additionally, you can also now select the keyframes either on the left side or on the right side of the cursor, including the ones in here. So if you press Control, it would select keyframes on the left. But if you can press Control and period, it would select keyframe on the right. Alternatively, you can also select the keyframes only in one track by holding Control and Shift, or the same way but the other way around. So yeah, this is very useful when you have to deal with a lot of keyframes and you, for example, need to remove some amount or stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically the update. It's pretty small in terms of features, but it has a lot of bug fixes and tweaks. I hope you would like this update, and I hope it's gonna make the experience much more better. Thank you very much for watching the video and also using my mods. So, bye!